Hello and welcome to Totally Normal Gaming, where a group of totally normal people play a completely normal game of Dungeons and Dragons. And last week, we were missing Ezra. So just now I was catching Ezra up on a few things and answering a few questions.
He appears to be missing again.
Yes, we've lost him again.
He's not in my pockets. I checked.
Let's see your roll for that. Hey, this is a quick point of order. Zerwin took the ear, correct? And put it in his bag. You said you wrote it down.
Yeah, let me just check my character sheet.
Because I think you guys should really tell Ezra about that. I think he's going to be interested, and I don't think anyone took notes last week. Hello, wavelengths. Hello, hello.
I have an ear with a moonstone-like gem that I can tell is valuable.
Okay, good. All right. It's always fun to play the what has the Kender got in his pockets is game. It's always a fun game for me. Especially if people have rolled poorly leading up to that moment. The more critical failures there are, the better
Did
the
we get
game is.
started?
Yes, we're started. We're on.
All right. I stabbed Dirk for not letting us take a long rest. What do I stab him with? You're better off not knowing.
A spoon. I have one in my pocket if you want it to borrow
You
it.
sure? Have you checked?
Oh, I know it's in there.
It's wrapped in butter.
I steal cutlery from all the taverns we stay at and replace it with cutlery from other taverns that we stay at.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
It's on his sheet.
I'm like a multiverse cutlery thief.
What are you gonna do with all that cutlery?
Well, I net zero because I steal one and give one. I'm like Robin Hood.
It's no.
That's not how that works.
Robin Hood didn't take one coin just to put another one in its place. He didn't do that. He didn't exchange
cause and effect,
the rich.
That is what happened. Because as he took from the rich just took more from the poor.
Nah, I think I would remember that part.
Okay.
That certainly doesn't happen in the real world either. Sorry, are we getting political? Is this our political podcast?
So I have featured art for tonight, and it's from Foxy, who apparently does not actually want to come in channel with us. So I'm just gonna share it. Not that you could be blamed for that, knowing our record for. But
it's because Dirk's not
here. This is the art that Foxy sent me, and I think it's fantastic. There's a lot of things that I was as I was watching, I was looking at this earlier, right? There's a lot of things I really like about this. This person, right, looks like they have maybe like zombieism or something, like some sort of terrible fatal disease. And also they're wearing a mask, so like obviously the mask failed, but they kept the mask on. There's quite a bit going on, I think, in this expression, which I kind of like.
Well, maybe the mask is now to keep us safe.
Oh, the mask is for our protection.
Is Foxy a big Minor Threat fan?
I don't know. Foxy's in chat, but not in channel with us. So,
Foxy, tell us about this straight edge zombie character.
So the idea is, what if a person had every deadly disease? Well, my suspicion is they wouldn't live long. Hello, Panzerborn. Go ahead, Wave. What'd you say, Sig?
Why? They just all the deadly diseases would just kill each other off.
That's.
You'd be like Gelatus's, zero-sum cutlery. sham here.
Yeah, this is okay. So, here the second part. What if they had every deadly disease and they could spread it to others while they were completely immune? Well, that would be pretty fucking awful.
Oh, like the ultimate typhoid Mary.
Sounds
Yeah,
like
Oh,
a
that
Nurgle
sounds like
right
a
there.
really bad mutant power,
Friday
X-Men
night
mutant power.
Typhoid Barry.
at Rita's in Norwich.
Almost as bad as the mutant power where you just grow hair a little bit more quickly than normal people. That one's bad.
Wolverine technically has that power.
what if your that's true. What if your superpower was just that every time you sneeze exactly 5 times and no more and no less?
Wouldn't like that one either, Bill, if I'm honest. Although it's better than the hair growth one.
Okay,
And
so
also the Typhoid Mary one.
I feel like I have the hair growth thing, but I don't know. I'm imagining it. Yeah, so the mask is to protect others. We were correct, or you were correct. Who said that? Zerwin, I think. It's really it's just yeah. It's just really well done. There's a lot of there's a lot of expression that I can see, and I can't see the nose and the mouth, right? So like oftentimes the things that give you the most expression or like a significant amount of expression is your mouth. And then you can't see that, and I can still see the layers of consternation or otherwise emotional distress on this character, which I really like.
They probably don't have a nose or a mouth.
Mm.
Whenever I see someone wearing a mask, I just assume they are mouth and noseless.
It's kind of like a face blindness type thing.
So Foxy in chat, thanks for sharing this with us. Do you want to post a space where people can see more of your art anywhere? If you do, please feel free to post it both in chat and on the Discord. And thanks for filling in kind of last minute here. I had someone else scheduled, and Foxy stepped in and sent this really great piece. Yeah, please relink your Instagram. That would be great, so everybody can see it and look at it and click on it, and we can share the amazing art that winds up in our Discord. And thanks again for sharing that. And if there's anything else that we should know, please tell us, because it was fantastic. While Foxy posts the Instagram and fills this in, does anyone want to fill in Owen and Ezra about what happened last week? Gelidus and Zerwin.
There's butter.
There was
Yeah.
butter.
Wiping that butter on Lady Linda's forehead, I think that probably saved the day.
I think it did. It allowed Dirk to slip his mind into hers.
Ooh.
Nice.
I think we realized that I'm gonna do a terrible job of this, by the way.
Go
But
on.
Dirk figured out that her mind was there. That probably what we killed in the nightmare was not actually her, or if it was, that was only like an astral projection of her. So her mind may be a little scrambled right now. So something to file away for later if we care. Help me out. Here's our one.
I think I don't know if we found out in the previous session, but right, the other castle is also not affected by the nightmare. So we climbed up a tower, and we saw essentially light. They weren't smoke signals, right? I believe it was light that was coming from the other castle.
Yeah, you were in Alias and you saw light signals from Magnus.
And so we talked with was it Irtha? Is Linda's granddaughter or niece or whatever. She took us over there through the tunnels underneath the ground. While we were there, I recognized that the stone was way, way older than all of the other stone in the area, and that it had some sort of magical property, which we're thinking is possibly why those two castles and like the tunnel underneath are not affected by the nightmare. Um, I'm trying to think. I believe Jana's necklace was glowing. I do not believe we tried to cast Detect Good and Evil because we're essentially surrounded by the nightmare.
So you did. You asked
Oh,
Owen
we
to
did.
cast it,
We did.
and this is good to fill Owen in because Owen wasn't here. But Owen, when you cast Detect Good and Evil, it essentially gave you a smashing headache because you're kind of in the nightmare right now. So you're like evil and fey and infernal, like it's everywhere around you.
So much evil.
Yeah, so much evil, like well. Eartha had rescued only one of her students, which is a little sad, and everyone thought she was super creepy. You Eartha also led you through the tunnels to Castle Magnus, where you went and popped out by the Adventurers Guild, where you saw whom? Who's in the Adventurers Guild that you were looking forward to seeing?
We saw Booker there.
Did see Booker, but who'd you see first on the ground floor? So you know that he survived.
Well, we saw Andrej,
Andrej!
free person that I was hoping to fight.
He was very glad to see you. And then you went upstairs. You spoke with Akgung. You spoke with Booker. You spoke with Glockta, who can now speak. And I'm missing someone.
Alvinius was with Glockta.
Oh, right. Yeah, Alvinius. And you also saw Mungren Nutfront on the way up with her automaton Grab is on the roof sending the signals. All right.
Did we take a long rest?
No, you get a short rest.
Dirk didn't let us.
It's true.
Okay.
Dirk was fired up and wanted to get moving. All right, so one more point of order before we start here, but Foxy has told me that this character, this disease-carrying character, has no name. So that's something I want to think about, is giving this character a name. And it can't be Typhoid Mary, obviously, but it could be something else similar. We'll think about
I
it.
did give you a whole list of names that you could use.
Oh my God, that's right. Pull one. I feel like we could. Those are all baseball player names, right?
There are also random name generators.
Yeah, but that's
Did you actually read the names on that?
Yeah, they're amazing. They're just like
They're not real baseball player names.
no, they're like each one has like one syllable or one series of letters off from making any kind of sense as a name. It was bizarre and amazing.
It's like that.
Key and Peele sketch.
Kinda.
Not even that. It's like that Italian guy who wrote the song that sounded like an American song, but it was just gibberish. They weren't actual English words, but he wrote it so
Yeah.
it sounded like he was speaking English because people loved it, and it hit #1 in Italy. Like that's what it's like.
Okay. So tonight I will try to think of a name for, this breathing person here, who is definitely trying to keep everyone safe from all the diseases that she's carrying at the same time, which I kind of like also as a metaphor. And with that, we should probably get started.
I'm immune to disease.
There's always that also.
It's a terrible name.
So long.
I want to also say that you left off. Booker came in and he basically gave you what he knew so far, and then he took a lot of information from you and decided, Ebolana, that's not bad, Leadhead. That is not bad. He decided he needed to do more research, and he invited you to use the library if you wanted to do any research, which apparently is a big honor? Question mark. But you are still in the room with Glokta and Akgung and Alvinius.
Yeah, I want to look at the library. I want to find out about demons and devils some more. Who doesn't want to do that?
Zerwan raises his hand.
You did ask.
I suppose I did.
All right, so you would like to go to the library?
Yeah.
All
Did
right.
we get all of the money for finding out why the kids were getting taken away?
No, you have not yet collected your reward.
Yeah, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should collect our money.
Uh,
From who?
Yeah, from who?
yeah, from who?
The Adventurers Guild.
You're in the Adventurers Guild.
Yeah, I know. It, is Booker in the Alvinius is here. Alvinius, you know who we could talk to about claiming the reward for solving the mystery of where the children were getting vanished to?
I don't know. Um,
Okay,
uh,
thanks.
maybe Mungrun. Mungrun's technically the head of the Adventurers Guild.
Okay. Uh, Ezra makes a mental note to speak to Mungrun.
Am I supposed to be writing down your mental notes? Because I'm going to be honest with you, I don't do that at all.
Ezra writes his own notes in the note document.
Okay, let's go, team. You got a lot to do. What are you doing?
I want to go to the library. I want to look up things about devils and demons and, maybe see if I can find some more information about how to swallow a god, things like that.
Okay, who else is going to the library?
I guess I'll
Yeah.
go with him.
Yeah, I'll go. I'm just not thrilled about it.
Okay.
I'll join the group.
Very good. Everyone goes to the library. See that you aren't here, and they're going along with you. Jana is bored. Dirk is anxious. And you're in the. So Booker's library takes up 3 of the top 5 floors of the Adventurers Guild. There are windows all around, and each of the levels has balcony that goes all the way around, and stairs that go up on either side. The balcony is sizable. It's so that you can see up through the middle of the circular sort of tower, but each level has tables and chairs. Plenty of room. Booker himself has a massive desk. Do I have a picture of Booker ready? Let's see.
We all remember from last week.
Booker himself. Wait, what's going on with my? Doesn't look like a thing. Can you guys see that?
Doesn't look like
I see the
anything I've
boxes
ever.
going around in circles.
It says I've been disconnected. That's terrible.
I'm done watching that stream.
Booker himself is seated behind a very large desk on the first floor. Hello.
Hi, Booker. I'm not gonna ask how you're doing. We literally were just talking a few minutes ago. We were hoping to take you up on your offer to peruse the library. We are specifically looking for information about how to kill gods. Notably, to be more specific, arch demon lords and archdevils. More
How?
specifically, Armoros, but
Rituals on how to kill gods, you say?
yeah.
I'm afraid I don't have a lot of expertise in that area.
Okay.
Feel free to look around.
Do you want to see something cool?
Okay.
Ezra takes the book out and throws it down on Booker's desk.
Okay. Booker. He immediately jumps up and takes 2 involuntary steps backwards. Don't! I don't want that.
Okay.
It's dangerous. Where did you
Yeah.
get that? He starts eyeballing you. And kind of takes another step and then like looks around at all of you and like starts like readying a spell.
I'm the only one who the book affects. I'm cursed by it. So you asked where I got it. It was in the library of the Sealy Court in the Feywild. I was tasked by the family who I served to procure it. And a fight broke out when I went to the library to get it. And the book basically gave me an escape vector. I jumped into the book, which dropped me onto the Radiant Citadel, and I was also cursed by the book. It's slowly siphoning all of the magic and life force out of me. It's done some useful things. My friends might tell you that the fact that it's slowly killing me, that might be useful, actually. They probably have that perspective. Dirk. Let's see. There's also this page. Ezra reaches into another part of his satchel and pulls out the page that Armoros had torn from the book. This page, which interestingly involves how Armoros was able to kill the Fey God.
Armoros ate the god through a ritual.
Yeah, you're never going to believe this, but he's a lot smarter than we are. And so he sent a couple of his minions to cajole us. We killed them, and he had disguised a couple of Nayar Skayak. Am I saying that right, Bill?
Indeed.
He disguised a couple of Nayar Skayak's gardeners as devils so that we would kill them too. Because if you look at the fine print here, it says that a god can be devoured or absorbed if 2 of their own devout followers are sacrificed, and 2 of the one doing the devouring, 2 of their devout
I don't.
followers are
I don't.
sacrificed.
You should burn that page, and you should never tell anyone about this. The death of a god is a terrible thing, and the loss of Nair Skayak will haunt us all. I don't want this information, and I don't want it to go to anyone else either.
Okay.
This kind of ritual is an abomination.
I'm starting to feel like fighting fire with fire might be the only way to really stick it to these guys.
You want to eat Armoros?
I'm thinking about it. The problem is the part about 2 devout followers being sacrificed. I'm not thrilled about that part. I figure, the only collateral damage should be me, not my friends.
Do you think that any of us are devout followers of Amoros?
No, me.
He thinks you're devout followers of him.
Yeah. Why
You're
else would you
Ezra's
be
devout
following?
followers.
Why else would you guys have been following me around all this time?
The cult of Ezra.
Uh,
It's not because of Dirk's cooking.
No, absolutely not.
Don't you follow us? Aren't you normally in the back?
It's only when it comes to dangerous situations, which, there's a
Is
lot of
Ezra in the back?
mundanity between those dangerous situations.
if it's
And
walking
I'm in,
order,
I'm in
then
charge during those times.
During fights, isn't Ezra usually getting hit by something?
Okay, listen. let's set that aside. I've only been knocked unconscious once,
You're
and
welcome.
we've been together for several months at this point. Okay, Booker, listen, you don't want to know anything about this. Just, we I think that we need to keep a lot of things on the table. And may need to be able to destroy these archdevils and demon lords who are getting involved with one another. Armoros is the one who's really prominently right in front of us. So, and yeah, the fact that he killed a Fey god, I'm a little ticked off about that too.
I will continue to research how to push the nightmare back into its own realm.
Did anyone tell you what happened to him when he ate Nairskayak?
No,
So before he looked like what one would imagine as an archdevil. He was huge. He looked like a devil. He had big horns, claws, purple eyes. I think he was reddish in color. And after he ate Nair Skayak, he Benjamin buttoned. He actually like reverse aged. He got younger and smaller, and he looked more almost sort of like a tiefling, sort of. He had horns still, but he was smaller and more, human sized or humanoid sized. Less kind of like big, scary devil shaped.
the consumption of a god changed him physically.
Yes.
That is disconcerting. I need a drink. Do you know why? Why he became younger?
If memory serves, Armoros was trapped inside of a sword. Or was that a different one?
It's Gargoth.
Shit. Armoros is an incredibly powerful magic user. I had been kind of under the presumption that by absorbing the Fey magics, that may have somehow augmented him and made him younger. That's
Zerwin,
an assumption.
Gelidus, Owen, all roll perception rolls, please. What would be the younger and smaller, you said?
Yeah.
15.
Now one.
Nat 1! Yes. Alright, we'll deal with that in a second. Zerwin, you got a 15. Owen, did you roll?
He got a 9.
A
You
9?
got 9.
Okay. Zerwin, there's a rat in here. It just seems odd. Like, it's not a pet rat. Like, you've noticed a rat scurrying about in the background. Maybe this transformation allows him to pass himself off as a human or an elf.
Could. Maybe. I don't know. You're more of an expert on that kind of thing than I am.
I don't think I am. I don't know. Maybe it was
Booker,
a side effect you didn't see coming. Yes.
do you allow people to bring food in here?
No. No food or drinks, please.
Why the fuck would a rat be running around over there?
What? Where?
Yeah, over there.
The rat seems to have heard you, and it freezes for a second. Gelidus, you're convinced that this is not a rat, that this is some sort of polymorphed other creature.
Guys, we have to get that rat. It's gonna snitch us. To the demon.
Ezra.
I turn and throw a javelin at it.
There you go. Yeah, that's better than what I was going to do.
Let's see. I got an 18 for a hit.
I'll tell you what. Ezra throws a dagger at it. Can I do that? Will you let me do that?
Yeah,
Remember,
sure.
once you do, if it's a wild shape druid, once you do a hit point, it's gonna like turn into whatever it is.
Okay. Whew. That javelin takes some of the hair off the rat's ass. Would you roll for that dagger, Ezra?
Oh, it's a gentleman's 9.
Gentleman's 9. Very good. You miss. It squeaks, jumps straight up into the air, and then takes off running as fast as it can towards the door.
I'm gonna cast sleep.
On the rat?
Yep.
Wait, this is the... yes.
Ezra calmly walks over and collects his dagger while Gelidus rolls a natural 1.
Oh yeah, I gotta roll a d20, huh?
Yep.
Close. Rolled a 4.
Spell fails.
I'll
And
tell you what. Nope.
lose the
I'm gonna
spell.
use Danger Awesome points to let you reroll that. Please make this worth it.
It's just a fucking rat.
What if it's fuck you?
I rolled in that one.
On what? Your second roll?
On the second roll.
Okay, for sleep?
Yep.
Okay. This is
Oh my
so
God.
wonderful for me. Okay, what's the radius of your sleep spell?
20 feet.
Okay. All of you need to make... What's the saving throw for sleep?
I think doesn't it just happen?
So it's based on hit dice, and it targets the highest hit dice first.
Yeah. Okay, so
No, lowest current hit points first.
I want all of you to make Constitution saves, please.
Is it safe to say that everyone's within like 10 feet of me?
Yeah.
So everyone take +4.
When the time that Gelidus killed the entire party going for a rat in the library. This is
I
so
rolled a nat
wonderful.
20 to resist my own sleep spell.
I got a filthy 20.
I got a
14 for Ezra.
28.
Okay. Everyone pass. What'd you get, Ezra?
14 with the +4.
Okay, so Ezra doesn't. Ezra falls asleep. I'm gonna roll for Jana. Jana makes it. Dirk makes it. Okay.
What is draw on Ezra's forehead for falling asleep during a mission?
No. Yes. But first, even though you all passed, you all sink directly into your own personal nightmares for 2 rounds.
We didn't all pass.
You all
Some of us
passed.
didn't pass.
All right, sorry. The rest of you all passed. All right, so whatever your like character's worst nightmare is, for 2 rounds, you are in a space with that, whether it's an event or a thing.
I'm already in the library.
But now you're not. Nope, that wouldn't upset you. Never mind. Oh, and falls to his knees and starts screaming, "Wake up! Wake up!"
Very good.
Ezra's literally asleep, so he'll just have his nightmares inside of his head.
That's good. Very
Your
good.
nightmare is that you fell asleep during a quest and someone drew a dick on your forehead.
My nightmare is that I spent 10 danger awesome points only to make things worse, which has happened at least twice now.
You never
It's
trust my dice.
it's
Just wanted to get
so
that.
good.
Just wanted to get that rat.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Booker also falls asleep. Oh God.
That rat could have been anybody, even a rat.
The
Booker.
books are all on fire.
Yeah, probably.
Someone left coffee cups on the books. Somebody didn't rewind the books.
Somebody's lifting one up by just the cover.
There's a knock on the door, and it's a human-sized bookworm.
There are moths in the books.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I don't know, dog earing the pages of the books. Every
Ooh,
book.
yeah.
Books are being redacted.
A bunch of scholars show up, and they all do the thing where they lick their finger to turn the pages more quickly, but they like all have colds, so they're really mucusy and gross.
And
People are drawing
whatever
inappropriate things in the margins.
whatever sorting system has been changed to just sorting it by size.
That's good.
No, girth.
And all the
It's a
books.
ratio. It's a ratio of
Somebody
size.
turned all the books so they're all spine in, so it's all just the pages, and you have no idea.
I'm not sure how long to let this go on for. Like, you guys spent like 3 minutes of what you imagine Booker's nightmares to be.
It's really just erectile dysfunction, you know.
Could be. There's no way of knowing.
Fahrenheit 454. Close. Yeah. Okay. Well, that was well done. When you all come out of your nightmares, very little time has passed. Ezra has passed out on the floor, and it looks like he's sweating heavily and has been like rolling around a little bit. The rat is gone. Booker is also asleep in his chair. Yeah.
We're never going to be allowed back
I'll
in this
go
library ever
shake
again.
Ezra ever so slightly. Does Ezra wake up?
5 more
Yes.
minutes. 5 more. Yeah, Owen. Owen, I had the most terrible nightmares. Where are we?
We're in a library, my friend. You fell asleep.
Gelidus did it, didn't he?
But you guys are awake from your
I
nightmare?
don't know. I didn't notice anything, and then suddenly a javelin was thrown, a dagger was thrown, and then we all lived our nightmares, and you passed out. The
You
old
didn't-
man's asleep too.
You didn't see the rat running around?
I might have, but it's a rat. I don't know why we go ballistic on rats.
Might not have been a rat. Why was that rat in the library?
Yeah, it was spying on us.
Ezra gets up and retrieves his dagger. So somebody gonna wake Booker up?
I'll go wake up Booker.
Yeah, he probably doesn't hate you yet.
He
I haven't
jolts
done
awake.
anything.
Well,
Booker, you're safe. You're okay. You're okay.
the books.
You're okay. The books are fine. The books are fine.
The nightmare is strong here. Stronger than ever. It is terrible. We must stop this.
That would be nice.
I'm gonna go back to reading now. He has a bunch of books open.
I'll glance at what he was researching.
Very good. He was looking up the history of the castles, and then he was looking up. You catch a name. The name Scorius Stonebones. Yes, Erwin? Is there something you'd like to say to us?
Nope. I run out to the door and kind of peek my head outside, see if the rat's sitting out there.
No, it's gone.
And can I do like a personal check? Did anything happen to us other than falling asleep?
Everyone was asleep, or everyone
Like I'm
was
not.
in
Well,
the
we were
nightmare.
all in the nightmare.
Yeah.
We weren't.
Am I like? Can I check my personal belongings? Did I
Yeah.
lose anything?
No, because Gelidus was also in the nightmare, so you're good.
I pat my thing and then I pull out the ear. Still got it. I put it back.
Whoa, what was that?
Is it an ear? Why, you want to see it?
No, on the ear.
I don't know. Some sort of gem. Why? You want to buy it? I pull it
No.
back out. Pull it back out and stick my hand up in the air.
Yeah. Where did you find that?
I turn to Gellis and I give him like a real big side eye.
Didn't you ask me to pick it up?
I don't remember.
I think we got it in the nightmare.
He wait. He goes through and he starts shuffling through all the papers and stuff that's on his desk and rifling through things. And then finally there's like really old like tube, and he pulls out this parchment and he like very carefully unrolls it, and there is a drawing of an altar, and the altar is half black, half white, but the top of it has this stone, and it's a perfect sphere that has like a yin yang patterns kind of cut into it, and there are two pieces missing out of the top, and one of the pieces looks like it matches the stud. This, do you? And when you look at it, Zerwin, it looks like an artist's depiction of the type of stone that earring is made of. You see it, right? That looks the same.
Sure does.
I've never seen anything like it anywhere else. Have you?
No.
What does it mean? This, we need to know more about this.
Who vomited this ear out, Gelidus? I can't
Ezra.
remember.
Nobody
That's right.
knows that except Jana.
Yeah,
You
Janet
can't.
was here last time,
You
and
got
you
to.
weren't.
But Jana didn't say anything to people. I watched the video. You said things to people.
Hmm.
Well, but I would have known that somebody vomited it out because we've been vomiting out body parts.
I mean, all that you know is that Gelidus had it in his
Well,
pocket, and it probably came from the nightmare.
you were out on a rooftop with a lot of people around, and you were vomiting up body parts. It's really probable that Janet wasn't the only person who saw you do that.
I don't know. No, we were hiding on the far side of the roof.
You
And
weren't, because you had to have line of sight on the people that were in the road.
yeah, I can do that, peeking over a thing and then ducking back to vomit up ears. So, come on. All right, fine. You want everybody to know that I threw up an ear? Fine. Has anyone else thrown up any body parts yet? I'm the first. Plant that flag on the moon, baby. No one's better at being first at vomiting up ears than Ezra.
It's the little victories.
Yeah.
Did someone ask where the ear came from? Anyone wants to make a perception check, they'll notice that Ezra looks a little sheepish.
Yeah, Booker asked.
I found it, Booker. I found it.
He doesn't seem to care anymore. He's like,
Good.
there's a tome. It's on the third story. It's got a cherry-colored spine and a pattern on the top of the spine that looks like an oak tree on the top and the bottom, like a mirrored oak tree. I need it. Someone could go grab it for me, please.
Ezra goes to retrieve the book.
And Zerwin,
What?
could you that desk over there, could you pull it up to this desk, please?
Sure.
We're gonna need more space. Oh, Owen, could you help me move these books?
Yes, of course.
He starts clearing off, like, as Zerwin pulls his desk over, he starts clearing off, or the other desk over. He starts pushing his desk stuff over to the side and handing books to Owen, and then, like, not telling you to do anything with them, so you just have, like, a big stack of books in your arms.
I patiently stand there while the stack gets larger and larger.
It goes up to, like, to the point where you're having to look around the edge of it when he's finally finished.
Sounds like I need a seeing eye, Ezra.
Hmm. Then he starts unrolling a really large map. And as he's unrolling it, you see that it is a map of all of Drunel Hall. And then underneath, like, the buildings, there are markers. So obviously a map, like, the way the map is that every building has, like, a thing next to it, which is indicating what's underneath it. And most of them just have, like, basements or whatever, but you can see how the network formed between, or not formed, but you can see how the network was mapped between Alias and Magnus. There's a big spot in the middle that is roughly like a sphere that is missing. Ezra, when you bring the book down, he says, yes, look in the chapter 17. Look for the map on chapter 17. As you're looking that up, Ezra, he, like, grabs a couple more books off your stack, Owen, and uses them to weight down the corners and edges of the map.
Okay.
And then he says, just put them anywhere. Thank you. And then as you're, like, leafing through it, Ezra, he grabs it from you. Yeah, that's good enough. And he pulls it out and looks, like, sets it down and then flips the last couple pages. There. And the little mini map in this book that is, like, hastily sketched out is a sphere, like, or a round shaped hole, that is a map of several, like, rooms, and it has a tunnel connecting on each side. And in the middle of this, it says the altar, written, not drawn. So whoever formed this map, whoever drew this map hastily, was like, oh, I know this tunnel connects here. I know this tunnel connects here. I know this is a circle, but I've only gone in the first couple rooms, but I know the altar's in the middle. I just haven't been there. And then he sort of, like, puts that in the center, and you can see that even though the drawing is very small, it would lie, if it were blown up to scale of this other map, it would fit all the pieces. There. That's where that stone fits in that piece. And then this is where that altar is. But I don't know what it does, or where the other key is. And I think I know who made it.
Who's that?
Skoraeus Stonebones. That's Skoraeus. Skoraeus. Stonebones, just like it sounds.
Stone Bones?
Stonebones.
Stone and Bones.
Tony Baloney.
At least it wasn't stoner boners.
Who was that?
Too bad.
Skoraeus. He's the he's the god of stone giants.
And this is his ear.
No, it's his altar. He's the one who shaped the rock, and I'm starting to believe he's the one who shaped all of this rock. The question is, why? Who could compel a god to make castles here?
You think he shaped the stone into the castles?
I'm starting to believe that. There's
I
some,
guess that makes sense.
but why? What could possibly motivate a giant god?
I mean, Skip told us a little bit about the history of the city. His family was founded the city, right?
Is that what he said?
I I think so.
Well, I'm sure he believes that, and I'm sure his family says that. But when the Empire was formed, these castles were already here.
His family settled there and made a pact with the Ensign fairies on the island. His family built one of the castles in Drunel Hall, but they left after another family came and built another castle there.
Hmm.
That's the note that I have, which is essentially the way that Skip would have told it to us. I mean, we know that there's ley lines and magic, you know, associated with this area. Could that by itself have been enough to compel the god of stone giants to shape some stone?
I don't know. I'll need to do more research. I'm only just now putting this together. But I suspect there's another piece. And if you look, the other hole is larger. The stud you have is small, but perfectly shaped. Looking at the drawing of the altar,
So,
the piece
so
where
it
the
looks
stud
like
fits in.
there's, and then the other piece that's missing is bigger than a stud.
Yes.
How much bigger? If we're looking at scale.
Several times bigger. Like maybe 5 to 10 times bigger.
But like would still fit in the palm of our hand.
Oh, sure.
Okay.
Booker lays this all out, and he says, "This is where the altar is. Someone knew, but the person who wrote this book died before he was completed." He flips past. It goes one chapter past the map that's hastily sketched, and it ends. I've got some digging to do. Yeah. Where was that other book? And he wanders over and he like starts like flipping through another tome that's on a chair nearby. And he seems to have forgotten that you're there.
All right, folks. Who wants to go on a rat hunt?
I'm down.
I do.
Hey, sorry to bore you all with that. Ezra says to his friends, not to Booker. Booker was clearly just thrilled by that visit from beginning to end. Do you guys want to go try to find Mungrin? I don't think I met Mungrin yet, so I don't even know what Mungrin looks like, but maybe you all can help me find Mungrin so that we can, throw our hat into the ring of receiving the reward for figuring out what was happening to the disappearing children. Or somebody else tries to claim that.
Sure, we
Like
can do that real quick.
maybe Skip came through here and claimed that reward.
He would do that, wouldn't he?
Lovable bastard. No, I miss him. All right. He's
So
going to be emperor one day,
Mungrin's workshop is closed and locked when you go down there.
Well, I'm out of ideas. Is anybody around?
The Mungrin's workshop takes up a whole floor.
So nobody's around.
You want to break in?
Ezra knocks.
I'm a paladin. We could break in.
No one answers.
Do you hear that? I think I heard a scream.
You do hear a lot coming from the common room downstairs.
Oh, should we
No,
go down and check out
you
the
know.
common room?
Okay.
Owen,
What?
at some point, you're gonna have to stop breaking laws. All right?
I would have to respect them first.
That's true.
I'm
All
a
right.
paladin.
We don't need to break in. We're looking
Okay.
for Mungren. Mungren would have answered, I assume, having
Unless he's
never
dead.
met
Unless he's
Mungren.
in there and he's dead.
It's a
Is
she.
Mungren a he?
It's a
No.
she.
Unless she's in there and she's dead.
We'll come back if we can't find her.
What if she's bleeding out right now and I can save her because I have healing magic that the nightmare can't fuck with?
Yeah. Well, listen.
That'll be on you.
I'm sick of rolling dice just to cast spells.
No, I have lay on hands. Don't. Yeah. I can just do that.
Don't. Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
yeah.
Listen,
Or do.
if you wanna
yeah.
smash your warhammer into this door, be my guest.
Is that a euphemism?
No, it's okay.
All right, Ezra
All
goes down to the
euphemisms
common
are
room.
euphemisms. I'm a paladin.
Is that a euphemism? All right.
The
All right.
hammer is my penis.
Yeah, we got it. Thank you, Captain Hammer. Okay, so you're gonna go down to the main room.
Yep, going down to the common room.
Okay, the common room is, you were just down here 40 minutes ago or whatever, an hour ago. It's the spirits have lifted a little bit. People are now like, they're feeling like they have a plan, right? Before it was like everybody is real serious and kind of down. Now people are starting to organize and everyone's going over certain things. There are groups of people who are planning patrols and sleep. There are a group of people who are making arrows, taking stock of weapons and armor. There's a group of people who, these are all like adventurers, right, that made it here. And they're sort of working together as a big team to try to prepare the X amount of people that are here to fight off whatever tries to storm the castle walls. It's a lot more crowded too. Andrej is still there. You do see Mungren behind the bar, talking to the bartender. Also, everyone can make a perception check.
Six.
I rolled a nat one again.
This is almost
It's your
getting
third.
unfair.
It's your
Owen,
third
what'd you
one.
get?
Also, nat 1.
Jesus Christ. I will spend a sorcery point to re-roll my 4. Fuck, natural 1.
That's fucking incredible.
Some things are not meant to be.
There's
all...
a rat somewhere in this room, isn't there?
I am the mimic, and I have been all along.
Okay, so two things happen. Ezra, Geldis, and Owen, you are absolutely certain you have seen the rat from upstairs. It was just ducked behind the corner of the table in the far end, and before it ducked back, it was absolutely looking at you, like
I attack the corner,
suspiciously looking at you. You have to get all the way
Ezra draws
through the
his
room.
dagger.
You have to get this. You have a room through a crowd of people you have to get through in order to get.
Are we in
everybody
low light
move!
vision?
Nice.
Are we in a low light area?
No, it's pretty well lit in here, and it's daytime.
Okay.
I would like to convince people to move.
Zerwin, nothing happens to you, but Jana goes, "Oh, my necklace is glowing." Ezra, Geldis, and Owen, you don't hear her. Zerwin, you do.
I pull my.
Excuse me, coming through. Official business.
I pull my axe out.
It's over here, lads. It's over here.
Ezra and Geldis, Owen is forging a path to the far corner where you saw the rat.
Pardon me. Oh, I'll buy you another
right.
one of those.
I will clear the way. I will cast color spray in front of Owen to
Sure you
bedazzle
will.
everybody, and let's see what's gonna happen.
Sure, you'll see. God, we're gonna wreck up
12.
this whole building.
It succeeds. You lose the spell slot.
Nah, I think I want to spend danger awesome points to get you to re-roll that.
Okay. Oh, perfect timing, Dirk. So you all, the three of you, everyone's bedazzled, right? First of
Well,
all.
yeah, so it's going to affect because I cast it as a 5th level spell. So I get an additional 2d10 for each slot above 1st level. So it's an additional 8d10 plus 6d10 worth of hit dice that it affects in a 15-foot cone in front of me.
Okay,
I'm
what
sorry,
happens to all
what's
those people?
happening?
We're hunting for rats.
Yeah, we're about to fuck up a rat.
You know,
So
if somebody had talked to animals, we could have just fucking talked to them.
Wait,
But it's
so
a demon in disguise. It's not a rat.
Dirk, I need you to roll me. I need you to make me a perception check, please. Geldis, what happens to all the people?
So it's I kind of do like jazz hands out in front of Owen, and this like huge cone of varying moonlights kind of starts dancing all over the area. And what does it actually do to them?
It blinds them, I think.
I think they're blinded.
But you're not
Yeah,
really helping.
they're all blinded. Sorry.
So
You
like
need to roll
Excuse me,
what,
excuse
Bill?
me.
a dozen
Excuse
people,
me.
a dozen people all go, "Oh fuck my eyes!"
You guys, what's happening?
Dirk, what'd you roll in your perception check?
Fucking Disco Stew over here is trying to save us some time.
What the fuck was that?
I don't know. Someone shined a light in your eyes. Move, please.
I rolled a 25 on a perception check.
Oh yeah, Janice necklace was glowing.
Who invited Jubilee? I don't understand.
Oh my god, did you guys actually see when Jubilee was like threatening Magneto in X-Men 97?
Mm-hmm.
His line is
No.
like, "What are you gonna do? Kill me with the 4th of July?"
What? Does her necklace like obviously glow brighter when it is closer to something to a infernal being?
No.
So
No,
it's either
the most
it's either glowing or it's not. It's not like faintly glowing.
you have had it faintly glow, but you've never had it like get real bright.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I hit the rat with my spell?
There's no fucking rat. So no, you don't hit the rat with your spell. You're not sure if you did or not, but you gotta find out. Okay, so Larry, Curly, and Mo make it over to the corner of that
Which one
table.
am I?
Which would you like to be?
I don't know. I wanted to know which one I was.
You're Mo.
Okay.
Can I be Shemp?
So you make it to the corner, and yeah, back in that corner, you can see that there is like a potted plant that it clearly must have run behind, but it's gone now.
Move, foul villain!
You just call a potted plant, a foul villain?
Yes.
He's a paladin.
I'm move the plant aside, looking for a hole.
There's nothing there. You don't know where it went. This is a true mystery.
Dirk, come over here. We need you to talk to this potted plant.
Okay, yes, of course. I'm good at that. I know how to do that. Hold on.
The wheels are just fully coming off.
Bill,
how many leaves?
this
how
is
many
your
leaves
fault.
are on this plant?
There's how many leaves are on this plant?
Yeah, it's
It's-
important.
Many. It is a many-leafed plant.
Many leaves. Okay, these are complicated. Just real quick, guys. Why am I talking to this plant?
This plant has seen where our vile foe has gone.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, totally. Which is it? The rat?
Yes.
Ezra, I don't know why you have
Yes,
this look on your
rat
face. You're as
sprung on
confused
us
as they are.
upstairs, and then
Yeah, but I'm trying
someone
to be
cast a
quiet about
spell.
it.
We got sucked into the nightmare for a second, and the
we're
rat's
in the
down here
nightmare?
being a bastard.
Okay, wait, we're in the nightmare?
You
No, we were for just a second.
Oh,
Bill, can I look around the room and see if anybody is acting suspiciously for being blinded? Like, can I because I heard Janice say my necklace is glowing, right?
I think
Can
we're
Yeah.
I
acting
look
suspicious.
for Yeah, well, other than you guys, I'm saying I know what you like. I've already started to ignore you guys because I know that there's a demon around here or a a
why
devil.
don't you roll me yeah, why don't you roll me either perception or insight? Dirk, are you gonna talk to the plant?
Only
I
rolled a
gotta
9.
wait. I gotta see.
A 9, you said, Zerwin?
Yeah.
Jana's gonna give you the help action roll with advantage.
Well,
12?
yeah.
There is something different about the room. There is you can't pinpoint it, but there is some odd energy somewhere besides your friends. Apologies, Dirk, what'd you say?
Yeah, no, I'm gonna cast speak with plants.
Okay. All right,
Do I have
yeah.
to do it?
You have to roll a d20.
Yeah, okay.
Just a rando d20.
Hold on, the computer moved the dice.
Come join the ones club.
So 14.
Perfect. All right, goes off exactly as it should. Okay. Hey, what's going on?
Hey, what's your name?
Hubert, somebody just poured a lot of beer about an hour ago in my roots, and I feel fucking great. I
Oh,
feel really
I
great.
love it when I get root beer.
Yeah.
So Hubert,
Yup.
was there a rat in here?
If there was,
Yeah.
it was a rat came
Oh,
through like I don't know, maybe like half an hour ago.
he was a real butthead, I bet.
He came right through the front door. Nobody even noticed. Stuck around. And then took off running up the stairs.
Upstairs? The
Yeah.
rat ran upstairs? Those stairs over there?
It was,
I'm assuming
yeah.
the plant can't point, so I'm pointing to confirm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The rat and was half an hour ago?
Yeah. Feels like could have been longer, maybe.
That's good. So real quick, I asked the room, does anybody have any
I feel
wine
sleepy.
or anything? No, you need a second round there, Hubes.
Oh no. I
Hubie.
think if I have any more, it'd be bad for me.
Okay. Does anybody I have water in my water skin, right?
Sure.
You gotta hydrate, Hubie Nation. You know?
Yeah.
I'm gonna hydrate you a little bit. All right, here comes.
Maybe that wasn't normal beer.
I pour the water over there. It wasn't normal beer? What kind of beer was it?
That feels good. I like it.
Was it like hoppy?
Yeah, it was like that was no. What'd you just do? That was nice. I got a nice.
Oh
I
yeah.
feel
You got a
tingly
number?
in my roots. Roots feel
Yeah.
good.
Okay, that's good. So anyways, the rat went up those stairs, guys, like half an hour ago. Does anybody else want to ask the plants anything? Its preferences, choice in movies?
Did we all
That's just
hear?
not a bit drinking.
Yeah, did we all hear the that Jana's necklace was glowing? Who heard? Who? No,
Just
no one
me.
heard. Just you. You're the only one who heard. All right.
No, Dirk also heard.
Oh,
But
No,
he took off
I'm
running because you guys
still-
called him.
I'm still brandishing a dagger, running around, foaming at the mouth, looking for a rat. So
I yell. So, Dirk, did you announce to us that the plants didn't? You just yelled that out so we could all hear it.
Yeah, I yelled at. Well, when I speak, I'm speaking. This isn't telepathy. I'm literally talking. So
You guys can't hear the plant. You can hear what Dirk says to the plant.
But I'm across the room from him.
Right. You can't hear at
So-
all.
I couldn't hear him.
how big is this room?
It's huge.
Oh,
All right. Sorry.
And it's full of people.
Out of game. The necklace glows when there are devils or demons.
Anything infernal.
Anything infernal.
Yep. Either devils or demons.
All
You've
right.
seen it do both.
I jump up on a table. My axe is out already, but I jump up on the table and I yell at the top of my lungs, "Which one of you weirdos is a fucking infernal?"
Okay, so there's about a dozen people who are like kind of like barely able to see at this point. They're kind of rubbing their eyes and being like, "What the fuck is going on?"
I'm ignoring them.
And then your friends are all in the corner. Dirk just got done talking to a plant. Gianna is trying to figure out what the hell's going on, and everyone else kind of several people around you look up as you jump on a table and says, "Which one of you is a goddamn infernal?" And then they all kind of look around at each other and be like, "What the fuck is your guys' problem? No one here's an infernal. We got shit to do. This is serious business. The nightmare's outside the walls. People are fucking dying. You gotta stop fucking around and help out."
I look down and say, "I hate to tell you this, but somebody here is an infernal."
Well, it's not fucking me, okay? And I'm trying to make arrows so we can have fucking ammunition to shoot at these things when they storm the walls.
Have you been outside the walls?
Yeah, I came in when the nightmare hit.
You want to shoot arrows at houses?
If I dip them in oil and light them on fire, it might do something. But there's other things besides the houses. There's these weird spider things. There's a puppet. I saw a fucking walking head. It's our listen. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm
you're
sorry.
walking ahead.
I'm on edge. I
Dirk's a
shouldn't have said those
headhunter.
things. But man, there's a lot of stress here right now. And if there really is an infernal, how will we know? What does it look like? You know, no one here is obviously a devil or a demon.
What did the plant say? Answer, fiendish plant.
The plant does not speak to Owen.
Damn
It
you.
does speak to you, Dirk. Why is that guy yelling at me? What's he want?
What do you want, Owen? What do you want to know?
I want to know if you saw the fucking rat.
I told you, he saw the rat. The rat went up those stairs over there.
Fuck. All right. I draw my sword and charge up the stairs.
Wait, he ran back upstairs?
Apparently, we're wasting time.
Oh, Owen,
What?
listen, okay. At this point, I've heard Zerwin scream, "Which one of you is an infernal?" Owen, before you go, do you have any juice left in your detect fiends? You got any of that?
Yes.
Could you do that in this room really quickly before you go?
All right.
Detect evil?
Well, it actually it shows me the location of any celestial fiend undead within 60 feet. That's
Right.
not behind total cover.
Right. The same thing's going to happen, though. You did this earlier. The nightmare has completely swamped it. So,
Ow!
Yeah.
Ow! Ah!
yeah. It's
How'd it go?
Thanks, Ezra. I can't see shit. Everything's evil. You're all devils. I'm gonna go kill a rat.
But you didn't see any fiends?
It's all a headache to me.
Awesome. Is Jana's necklace still glowing?
It is still glowing. Some order, like some semblance of like normality has returned to the room. People are giving you kind of a lot of dirty looks.
I mean,
But-
I could try something.
Are there any tieflings in the room? Would a tiefling make the necklace glow?
I mean, no, unless they were again of the above things. But again, unless it was a demon, right? There is a tiefling in the room, but Soppy's in the room, for example.
I mean, I could create a zone of truth, but that involves casting a spell. So let's prepare to all vomit up nightmares again. Since nothing works anymore.
Did someone throw up a nightmare?
Oh,
Anyway.
I kill Ezra.
Oh, yeah, listen, it took you long enough. All right, you can run upstairs and find the rat.
I mean, or we don't give a shit about the rat now.
I think maybe we should put the rat behind us.
That was remarkably mature of you, Ezra.
Yeah, we all get to have strong moments every so often. Not tonight so much, but
By the way, I don't
Um,
think it's a rat. It fucking looked at me when I said, "Why is there a rat in here?"
okay, so let's go upstairs and find the rat. Did the plant say the rat just ran upstairs?
That was to you, Dirk.
Half an hour ago. Said
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I just, there's
Wait,
a lot
so
of
the-
How many
chaos
people
in
are
this
in
room.
this room?
A half
I feel
hour
like
ago,
nobody pays
we were up
attention when I
there.
speak to the plants.
I can only hear your side of it.
I know that.
He did. He
I just-
did. Out of game, he did tell us that the plant said it was a half hour ago.
You were busy talking to a plant. I was on my hands and knees with a dagger in my teeth, foaming at the mouth, looking for a rat. I did not hear you. I'm sorry.
You were foaming
Let
at
me
the
take
mouth.
let me take some accountability. It's my fault that I did not listen, and I'm sorry I asked you to repeat yourself. I'll try to do better. All right?
I don't like it when you take accountability. It's harder to be mad at you.
Bill,
Why do you think I do it?
Can
Go
we
ahead.
insight to see if anyone's really worried that we're gonna figure out that they're a demon?
Yes, you can.
Cool, I got a 24.
Nice.
Who is it?
There is someone sitting in the corner who is really trying hard not to look at you all.
Cool. I'm gonna go over and grab him.
It's Soppy.
Which one's Soppy?
A tiefling.
Soppy is Vinith Gata's husband.
Okay. So wait, do we know Soppy's evil?
No.
Hey, Sabi, what's the deal?
Are you all going to go over to Soppy?
Yes.
We don't know that person is evil.
Well, we've met him before.
You got invited to a threesome with him before. You didn't say anything about
Dirk
that.
did. Yeah, Dirk specifically did.
Well, that's how I learned people are evil. They invite
Detect
me to
orgy.
Detect orgy. Sorry, I
You gotta
failed.
stay away from that guy.
We did know that or I don't know how many of us saw it, but the necklace was glowing during the play.
Good.
So this explains one thing.
Maybe.
Hey,
One thing that you
hi,
know of.
Sappy. How's it going?
Soppy is sitting in the corner at a table by himself. And if you all sort of approach, he sort of like shrinks back into his drink and like looks away. And what are you guys gonna do? Just all kind of sit down with him?
Yeah, hey, can we sit with you? Listen, I don't think we're gonna give you any trouble. You clearly don't want to give us any trouble.
Sure.
Thanks. Ezra sits.
What's going on?
As I'm sure you've noticed, tensions are a little high right now. We all just spent 10 minutes turning over all the furniture looking for a rat. Gelidus blinded half the room. There's a nightmare literally all around us, and some of us are causing some nightmares in here as well. I'm going to ask you in a very nice, relaxed fashion, can you explain what kind of demonic presence might be going on for you that would cause our friend Jana's necklace, which glows in the presence of demons?
I
You know,
mean,
what would make that necklace glow?
there's a lot of people in this room. Could be anyone, right?
It could be anyone. You were clearly acting a little suspicious. You were trying to avoid our eyes.
I was just enjoying a drink by myself here in the corner.
I'm gonna try to intimidate him.
Yeah, I was gonna say, time to start saying we're gonna do this the hard way.
I rolled a 15. Is that gonna succeed?
Yeah.
So I'm still holding my axe, and I kind of pet the blade. And I'm like, "You better tell us the truth, or shit's gonna get real weird in here."
Weirder than it has been.
I was just gonna say it's been pretty fucking weird already. Okay, no. Um. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. I didn't. I didn't expect that this was gonna happen. Okay. I didn't see all of this. It's been a long time. Do you understand? Like it's been years. I didn't. I thought I could just come in and do my job and get out. I thought I could just, but I, one thing led to another, and then I mean,
Whoa, 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 whoa! What was your job?
to spy on Venice,
What?
For who?
my master.
Does your master have a name?
Yeah, but I can't say it. I
Can you write it down?
No, but if you
Can you
say it,
give
I
us
can. I
can
can
you give us
say it.
some leading hints?
Is it Armoros?
Yes, and he will destroy me.
Why did he want you to, shadow Vinith?
He wants he wants to know what Venice doing. I don't know. Armoros does all sorts of fucked up crazy shit, and I don't want him doing fucked up crazy shit on me. Uh, You don't know what it's like to be in hell, okay?
Yeah, we do.
It's fucking
Well,
awful.
hell or the nightmare?
No. No, no. I was in the nine hells.
Yeah.
He oh, this this body isn't mine. I'm just I'm just using this. Uh, okay, I
Excuse me?
I fell in love. Okay?
Whose body are you did you steal? Are they in hell now?
Soppy's body. This is Soppy's body.
Where the fuck is Soppy?
Amros took him. And then I was just doing my job, and I was supposed to only do it for a little while, but then Venice fell in love with me, and then Armros kept amping it up, and then got worse, and then I fell in love. I didn't think I was gonna fall in love, but now then I really I I care I care for him, okay? I care. And there's nothing I can do to save him. And if there was anything I could do, even killing myself, I would do it. I would go back to
You
hell.
can't because that's a body that needs to be left intact.
Exactly. The best way I could keep him safe was to keep being soppy, and to keep Armoros at an arm's length. And then he freezes, and his eyes get wide.
You just said his name, didn't you?
There's a sound in the distance like thunder.
How bad did you just screw us?
Soppy collapses.
Venice is not going to be pleased with us.
Is the necklace still glowing?
Yes, it is. But faintly.
I check Soppy's body.
You would do that, wouldn't you?
For what? Ticks?
No, to see if he's alive or if his
Oh.
soul was just sucked out of him.
The Soppy seems to be alive.
Okay. But he's not dead, guys.
Oh, that's good
Uh,
news.
Yeah, can we
I
try
could
to?
try casting Sanctuary on him, but that's a very low level spell.
I mean, it's good if it's a low level spell.
The body starts to convulse.
Okay. I don't think any of my spells are going to work on this guy, guys.
Ezra, is that normal?
For his body to convulse, how would I know?
Looks like he's starting to have a seizure.
Is there any like spell like effects happening to him, or is this all kind of internal?
It's hard to say. There's nothing glowing or there's no fire, but you don't have to be a genius to figure out there's some sort of like magical contract or compact happening.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic on him.
Okay.
I'll be like, gird your loins.
If I give
I
him the
gird
help
them.
action, would that give him advantage on the D20 roll?
For a
It's just an
spell?
8, so I lose the
Uh-huh.
spell.
Ezra cast Dispel Magic.
No. Hold on. The spell fails, but you don't lose the spell slot.
Ezra will try.
Okay.
This is me giving you the help action. 12.
The spell succeeds and you lose the spell slot.
Yep.
What
So if
level
it's
did you
a
cast it at?
3rd level, so if the spell is 3rd level or less, it's gone. Otherwise, I roll a D10.
Roll me a d10.
I'm sorry, D20. And I think I add my spell. Yes, using my spell ability modifier. So that's a charisma check, essentially. How's a 9? It doesn't work.
Do you want
I,
to re-roll it?
Yeah, I would love to re-roll it.
Okay, re-roll it.
Let's really get
while
into
he's
the
re-rolling, can I turn and do a perception on the rest of the room and see if anybody else is affected after that boom of thunder?
Yeah, go ahead.
It was almost a natural 1, but instead it's 24. It was on 1, and then it rolled a 19 plus 5.
Nice. What'd you roll, Zerwin?
Just a 9.
You're not sure.
Okay.
Doesn't look like it. Okay. The spell hits. The seizure stops, and Soppy's eyes open. You saved me. Why did you
Yeah.
save me?
Which version did we save? You're still the one we were just talking to, or are you the one who was in hell?
Yes.
You know. Well,
Are you Soppy or fake Soppy?
I'm Fraga.
okay. Yeah, we saved you. You're welcome. It was very expensive. Ezra glances at Owen.
Yes, it was incredibly expensive. I'm a paladin. I should know.
I thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Listen, that demonic fart that you call a boss, he doesn't get to do anything to you.
I wish that were true. He's awful. He knows your worst nightmares, and then he makes them real.
Yeah, we dealt with that earlier today.
Do you know? Does he have it? Does he have other agents? And if so, do you know who they might be?
He has thousands of agents.
But in the city nearby.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think
Yeah.
there's anyone else in Castle Magnus. It's hard to get in here. He can't get in here. It was hard for me to get in. There was a whole. There's something about this place that keeps the nightmare out.
Yeah. Yeah, we're kind of working on that.
Rocks.
Don't tell him.
Maybe we don't
Sorry.
tell the demon.
You've cut me off from him. If I stay here, if I stay in these walls, I'm free. I'm free of him.
Yeah, but probably still don't say his name again.
Okay, great. What can you tell us that could maybe help us beat him?
I'm, uh, uh, there's 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 a ring. Vinith has a ring that I was supposed to find the ring. But after a while, once I realized what a great person he is, what a wonderful, wonderful man, I didn't look anymore. I didn't care. I didn't want to find it.
Why
Armros
did he
wants it
want?
though.
Yeah, why does he want it? Do you have any idea why?
Yes, he wants to feed it to some demon that he's been working for centuries to bring into existence. Or some demon devil hybrid, I should say.
What's the ring look like?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't want to know.
Well, then how are you supposed to find it?
He said that it would be special, that it would be different, and that I would know when I saw it. Venice doesn't have a lot of jewelry, and the stuff he does have is nice, I guess, but
Did it have a name or anything like that? I mean, he didn't describe it. He just said you would know it when you saw it.
yeah. He said it was made of a stone that looked different from any other stones. There's some.
Can I do a perception check, or would it be insight check to see if he's telling the truth about being free from Emeros?
Sure.
What do you want?
Insight.
Can I take a shot at that too?
Sure.
Ooh,
A 2?
yeah.
Nice. Hey.
18.
You both think he's telling the truth, or it. You didn't actually find out.
Yeah, we don't know necessarily.
I pull the ear out of my pocket and show it to him. Does this do anything for you?
Jesus Christ.
No. That's kind of fucked up.
Jesus, you've been to hell. Shut up. And I put it back in my pocket.
I didn't like it there.
Gelidus, what do you got in your pockets?
I don't know. He checks his
Well,
pockets.
Cutlery. It's only been a couple hours since you last checked.
Yeah, but we've been in Castle Magnus.
Well, you haven't been in Castle Magnus. You've been in just the Adventurers Guild.
Oh, we haven't actually gone into Castle Magnus yet.
Yeah. I have my special fork that represents my nobility status.
I think you gave that to me.
Oh, did I give that to you? How
Yeah,
did I
which
get back
means
in
you
my pocket?
probably have it again.
Here, you can have it back, Ezra.
Thanks. I really needed that. Do you, I mean, he's describing a ring that is made out of stone that's not like any other stone. Does that ring a bell for anything that we've encountered at any point, Bill?
I don't know. Does it?
I don't think it does, but I figured I would ask. Like, for instance, so I mean, he said that Vinith had it, but like I am carrying a cursed ring that allows one to communicate with either devils or demons. I can't remember which.
Well, first of all, the stone underneath these castles is stone like we haven't seen before.
Yeah,
The stone in the ear I just showed him is like a stone that we haven't seen before. And
yeah,
that we just found out is super rare and for a special purpose.
yeah. Braga, you've never asked Vinith about this?
No.
Okay.
Vinith. I can be with Vinith. I can really be with Vinith.
Yeah,
When
we're
he
gonna try to help preserve that for you.
when he asked you to look for the ring, did he say how big it was?
Uh,
Like, is it supposed to be a ring that fits around somebody's finger, or are we talking like the stone battlements around the castle?
Like a Nuva ring.
Nice.
no, like a normal sized ring. He said it was something that could fit on his finger that had a stone in it. One stone. A metal band with one stone that looked unlike any other stone I'd ever seen.
Right, this stuff. And that doesn't match the description of the key, right? The key, we know the key is larger.
No, it absolutely matches the description of the key.
Shit. Okay. Oh boy.
Which key?
So there, I, cor- we have this stud. This stud is one of the things that needs to be used on the alt. And I'm not. This is out of game. I'm explaining it out of game. The stud is one thing that goes with the altar that Booker showed us, and then there's another key also, which is larger. And it sounds like it's this ring.
It's. Do we mean it's the gem on the ring? Or is it the actual, like, is what's missing from the altar a ring?
No, it's the so what when Booker first pointed out to you, the hole was shaped exactly like the stud that you have, exactly the same size. Now, the picture could have been drawn incorrectly, it could have been out of scale, but it's the only evidence he had. And he matched it by being like, look at how they colored this stone. I've never seen a stone colored this way before, and it looks like that stud right there that you have. And then he's like, also in the top of this, there's a little tiny spherical hole. And on this side, there's a larger ovoid hole. So in theory, you'd be looking for a like ring that had on it and an oval shaped stone that was exactly the same kind of stone as the stud.
But bigger. Because a stone in a ring could be bigger than a stud on an earring. Okay, well,
I
uh,
I need to go be
go
with
on.
him.
Yeah, we're probably gonna come talk to you guys pretty shortly.
He stands up. I need to go find him.
Yeah, uh, stay close.
He I'm gonna go find him. I'm gonna go find him. I'm gonna go find him. And then he walks out the door.
Cool. Great job on that, everyone. Kudos all around, especially the part where Geller's blinded half the bar.
I cannot believe this went from 3 nat 1s chasing a non-existent rat to actually figuring out the fucking thing that happened. Yes.
We're good like that.
Yeah, we're really talented and good at our jobs, which is why the Adventurer Guild is gonna double the reward for finding the cause of the disappearances. The leader Mungren is here, right? Or did Mungren flee the chaos that we brought in?
Mungren is no longer behind the bar.
Gone, just gone.
Well, you weren't watching her the whole time.
I'm asking, is Mungren in the room?
Yes, Mungren is she's talking to one of the tables.
Okay, the real Mungren was the friends we made along the way. I would like to go talk to Mungren real quick.
Okay.
Tiny aside. Mungren, my friends pointed you out to me. My name is Ezra. I work with those guys. You and I haven't met yet, but my name's Ezra. I'm kind of the
Hi.
unofficial official leader of their group. And
That's what the other one
just
said.
wanted to gently throw our collective hat in the ring for solving the mystery of the missing children and where they were disappearing to.
Yes, it was well done. Yes, we're very grateful.
That we solved it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, no need for us to collect the reward now, but we are hoping to get that at some point.
Sure.
Okay, thanks. And hey, you guys think we should go talk to Vinith and ask about that ring?
Yes.
Thank you, Dirk.
Do we tell him about Fraga?
I think we just ask if he might have it. I think there's a way of characterizing this as, hey, these two fortresses are really ancient and built like by clearly a force outside of the normalcy of the area, and we're trying to find this object that is probably associated with the fortresses. This is your fortress. Maybe you've heard of it. I think we can leave Fraga out of it.
Okay.
Sound good? Yes. Okay, we're gonna go
Yes.
do that. Executive decision. Thanks, Bundo. And it's hard to not just think that you're Bundo looking at your little portrait there. Okay. This
Yeah.
is us marching.
Okay,
When
you're
you say
walking.
executive decision, I just assume that we're doing what you say.
So, walking out the front door of the Adventurers Guild, you see in front of you hundreds of people, many of whom are wounded, many of whom are being bandaged and tended, and most of whom look terrified. Tents are being erected, small platforms are being built, cots are being laid out, blankets are being distributed. It's getting to be late afternoon, sliding into early evening, and the sort of like shock of what has happened less than 24 hours earlier is starting to cause a real like profound dread. Not to mention that it's right outside those walls. There are people who are trying to organize and try and distribute food. There is a big cart with cheese and bread on it. But it's a lot of people who are suffering. People are walking around asking if they've seen, have you seen this loved one? Have you seen that loved one? Have you seen my daughter? Have you seen my son? Have you seen my wife? Have you seen my husband? Have you seen my brother? Have you seen my sister? There's a list going up on the wall of people who are missing, and people are starting to scribble names down. You have to walk through this sea of humans and suffering in order to get to the front door of the castle proper, the keep. The doors are open. Inside, there is another 100 people, maybe, in the hall itself. These are the most grievously wounded, the most suffering, and the children. There are many children in here who have lost their parents, probably 20, maybe 30. They're being tended right now by a couple of adults who are doing their best to calm them and read them stories and sing them songs. That's on one half of the hall, and the other half of the hall is, a sort of like group of beds for the people who probably are going to die. Question mark. You do see Vinith Gata. Vinith is walking around distributing water and bits of food that he has. He's dragging along a little cart with him. You see Sapi is helping. It looks like maybe Sapi ran in and Vinith very kind of sternly was like, now is not the time to celebrate. We need to help these people.
Ezra walks up to Vinith, trying not to be too interruptive, but trying to interrupt a little bit, and says, Vinith, we have something important to ask you when you are able to provide a moment.
But, yes.
Can we talk in private?
He gives you all a once over, then nods. Serious, huh?
We think so. We wouldn't distract you if we didn't think it was important.
All right. Sapi, would you keep doing this? Sapi looks at you like with a pleading desperation in his eyes as he takes the food and drink. He's like, sure, no problem, yeah. And then continues hanging out the food and drink. Vinith invites you into the next room over. What is it?
Is Janna's necklace glowing?
It was, and as you go into the next room, it's not anymore.
Okay. So we've been investigating the possible causes for why the castle and the fortress have not been encroached upon by the nightmare. It seems like they were fashioned from a kind of stone, a particular kind of stone that is preventing the nightmare's magic from penetrating the castle walls and the fortress walls. Both of the two structures in the city here. And we think maybe they were formed by scorious stone bones. Does that name sound familiar to you?
That's the name of a god.
Yeah, the god of stone giants. Very, very powerful being. There is, we found some information with Booker's help over at the Adventurers Guild about an altar underneath the city that has a kind of key that's like a perfectly spherical stone that's unlike any other stones. It looks something like this. Ezra shakes his head, wondering why the stud is still in the ear, takes the stud out of the ear finally, discards the ear, and says, it looks
Did you just
something like
reach into
this.
my pocket and take it?
I did. Thank
Okay.
you, Zerwin. He pats Zerwin on the butt. It looks something like this, but a little bit larger. We've
Yeah,
heard
I've
that
seen
maybe
that before.
yeah, it may have been put into a piece of jewelry, something like an earring or a necklace or a nice stylish brooch or maybe a ring, something like that. And because you have lived in this castle your whole life or most of your life. We thought maybe you might have knowledge of if something like that has ever come across your presence.
My grandfather's ring.
Would you be willing to let us use that?
Use it.
Yeah, we think it's the key to this altar underneath the city.
Why would you want to turn the altar on?
We think we haven't totally come to this conclusion yet, but we think that might be one of the things that we need to do in order to make the nightmare go away.
Hmm. Hmm. Is that why someone broke into my room not too long ago? Looking for that ring?
Could have been. When did someone break into your room?
You broke into my room.
That does sound like something I might have done.
Hmm.
At
And now?
that point, I'll tell you the truth, Vinith. At that point, we were doing research to try to find the causes for the disappearances of the children. We didn't know that you had had a family member who disappeared. We were just trying to find possible causes. I'm incredibly sorry for your loss. I'm sorry for breaking your trust by breaking and entering.
Ah, but now you want me to give you my grandfather's ring because it's very important.
If you think that the best course of action is for you to hold it now, if we find that this altar is what is kind of the key to getting rid of the nightmare, we can come back and ask for it then. I would argue it might be safer with us for the moment.
Mm-hmm. Of course you would. You bring
Yeah,
me some sort of proof that this will help in some way, and then we'll talk again. But
all right, thank you.
I'll keep it safe.
Please do.
Mm.
We it's possible that I mean, do you know who's causing the nightmare?
Armoros.
Yeah, we think there's the possibility that he may want the ring
Of course
for
he
something.
does. So does Linda.
I didn't know that Linda wanted it.
Of course she does.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Have you always disliked Linda?
Yes.
What was the first thing that happened that caused you to dislike her?
My grandfather told me about her.
Okay.
What did your grandfather say?
That she was an evil witch who served Armoros.
Fair.
We don't think that that's true. We think that she actually is also working to try to save the city. So I would gently and respectfully plant the seed that maybe it's time for these old grievances to be left behind, and for all of us who are still here to try to work together to stop Armoros.
Mm, maybe.
Yep. Anything else from anyone? Anyone in the group?
I mean, should we tell him that we saw her fight Armoros in the nightmare when we were there?
Yeah. And as evidence of that, when we went into the nightmare to try to rescue Skip's nephew, Linda found us and essentially saved our lives and allowed us to escape.
Or that's what she wanted you to think.
That's a possibility.
I've heard some tales that Alvinius and Galacta want to move people here underground to Castle Alias. Not going to happen. People are safer here.
Okay.
Why are they
Underground,
safer
huh?
here?
Because Castle Alias is being held by fucking witches who work for Armoros.
Yeah, it's because Linda's over there and it's her castle and she's bad. Okay.
Do you think that just because your grandfather told you that?
My grandfather was a very honest and compelling man.
But that doesn't mean he was correct.
He had good reasons.
What were the reasons?
Well, once my grandfather caught her trying to steal a child.
Do you know anything about the child?
My grandfather wrote it down, but he rescued the child.
Okay.
What happened to the child?
Lived, grew up, had a life, thanks to my grandfather.
Linda was trying to steal the child,
Yeah,
kidnap the child. From where?
edge of town, out in
Interesting.
the fields.
Okay.
Where's
Take
that
the
person?
kid?
Where's that person now?
I don't know. They moved away when they became an adult.
Okay.
Family's still around, or was, for all this happened.
Who's the
But you
family?
don't remember the family name?
Yeah. I don't know. He says a name. I don't
Okay.
have one handy. Also,
Yes, the Smiths.
That's a good band.
Yeah.
she's always collecting evil magic shit.
Evil magic shit?
Yeah, cursed items.
And her sister was renowned for dispelling curses.
Was she?
That's what we were told before we came here. Like before we came here weeks ago. Before we had ever even heard of Journal Hall.
That's not what I heard.
Okay.
I heard her sister was renowned for studying curses.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we brought something to drop off to have the curse dispelled. So
You gave her a cursed item?
yeah, it was a job we were given.
Yeah, wasn't your fault. You didn't know.
No, we didn't. Okay.
What was it that you gave her, out of curiosity?
It was a parcel, and if I recall correctly, inside that parcel was another smaller parcel that had a book inside of it. I think that was it.
A book. You don't know what kind of book?
No, we were told very directly that if we messed with the parcel, really bad things would happen to us, with it being cursed and all.
Well, hope it works out okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll let you get back to the important work you're doing. Thank you for taking care of everyone. We know it can't be easy.
But you still have the ring, right? If we do need it.
I do.
Okay.
And
Well, we'll try to come back with some evidence.
yep, we will skedaddle. Okay, so we could go talk to Booker, get the proof, and bring it back. The one that, like, we are not going to find proof of Armoros's intentions unless we ask Fraga to be honest with Vinith, but that seems like a lot. Anyone have any other
It's just about dinner time.
that sounds nice.
Which is the
Dinner.
time you told Eartha that you would meet her in the tunnels.
Great.
We should go to
Cool.
the tunnels.
Yeah, let's go back to the tunnels.
To the tunnels. Leo, we're going to the tunnels. You want to jump back up here? No, you just want to ram your head into my knee. Good cat.
Okay. There's only one way back. It's through that abandoned well out behind the Adventurers Guild. You're gonna crawl back down there single file and meet Eartha?
Yes, please.
Okay. She's there, waiting. How did it go?
Some good, some bad.
Really good.
There was this rat. Spent a lot of time chasing a rat.
Okay. Great. Do you want to come back now, or?
Can I do a investigation check, or I don't know what you want me to roll, but to see if she's missing any hair or like her pants are ripped?
Sure.
What do you want? A perception?
Yeah.
Oh, only a 7.
Doesn't look like it.
Um, uh, listen, Eartha. I know we've asked you this before, but Aunt Linda, like, have you ever heard anything unpleasant about her? About her maybe doing anything unsavory?
Yeah, from people who live with Vinith.
Okay. And then, the cursed items that her sister, who I guess is your grandmother, maybe, she used to study curses and dispel them.
Yeah, she helped a good many people.
And Lady Linda does some things in that vein also.
Yeah, Linda has she has a lot of she, she has a lot of magic. She wasn't
But
as adept at that particular field, but she's sort of taken over a little bit.
do you know the roots of your family's magical abilities?
No.
But they seem intrinsic.
Yeah, I mean everyone in our family has some magic.
But you've never heard of any particular like bloodline that your family might have or anything like that that has magical abilities intrinsic to it?
I no, I mean I listen, I'm not the family historian.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I don't I magic is weaker in me, so it wasn't something that I kind of pursued, if that makes sense.
Uh, out of game, when we left, Linda was still unconscious.
Yes.
Okay. Has your aunt started to stir at all?
Um, no. Great aunt, who she calls her
Great aunt,
grandmother.
yeah. Well, folks,
I
go on.
I've only been out here for a little bit, waiting for you guys, just a few minutes, but there seems to be the nightmare a little while ago had like a real strong reaction. It seemed
Okay.
like it was coming from where you were. Everything okay?
Everything's all right for the moment, and there's an additional lead that we could still follow here at the fortress. Um, do looking around to the group, Ezra says, "Is there anything pressing that we need to go back to Castle Billie Eilish to deal with right now?"
Not that
Don't
I
believe
know
so.
of.
So do we want to go talk to Booker?
Sure.
So you're not going to
See-
come back.
I think maybe we'll stay here overnight.
Okay.
Can we meet you here in the morning?
Sure. I have some things I need to do first thing in the morning. But mid-morning?
Anything that you need help with?
Well, I'm kind of taking care of the whole castle now. So when I wake up, I get woken up early, and then I have to go through like I've asked for an accounting to be taken of all our food stores, all our supplies, because now we have a bunch of people in the castle. I've
Right.
asked the monks to do. I mean, it's boring shit.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
could go on, but
Yeah. Mid-morning.
all right.
Perfect. Thank you.
Be careful. I know you all are good, trusting people, but Vinith is dangerous.
Don't worry. We're gonna find that rat.
What?
Goodbye.
Hi.
Hey.
She turns around and walks down the hall.
Are we going back to Booker?
Yes, please.
Back through the Adventurers Guild. Friends, how can I help?
Don't get too excited, but we found the key. We don't have it. We know where it is. Or we sort of know. We know who has it. The thing is that the person who has it is asking for proof that it is the key and proof of what we need it for before they'll give it to us. That's why we're back here now. So the key fits into the altar. What do we think the key does at that point? Like, what does the altar do?
I'm still trying to piece all this together.
Okay. Is there anything we can help with?
Sure. Any of you have skills and research and arcana?
Arcana.
Well, then you can stay and help. It's going to be a long night.
Okay, as long as I can fit in a 6-hour nap at some point. Yeah, I can stay and help as best as I can.
Okay.
If there's anybody else that feels like they could be helpful in researching.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
my Arcana knowledge is very limited.
yeah.
Uh,
What else? What other next steps do we have?
I would kindly ask the rest of you to leave us to work then.
Okay.
Perhaps checking in later.
So the rest of us are going to go get a good night's sleep then.
Yeah. Chill out.
Should one of us stay with Ezra?
I'll stay with Ezra.
Well, that means Owen has to stay too. I'm okay.
Definitely not fucking staying here.
Do we need to, like, God, is there anything that we need to be trying to plan for that might happen overnight? I think maybe we just have to be ready in case, the big bad and the nightmare try to make any moves overnight. I think we just need to be ready for that. Spicy oranges on 3.
1, 2, 3.
Spicy
Spicy
oranges.
oranges.
All right. Okay. Yeah, Ezra will stay and help. Do you want me to make a roll?
Yeah. You can make a series of rolls for that. You should make me, some Arcana rolls and some investigation rolls.
How many you want me to make?
I don't know. A couple of each, let's say. It depends. How long are you gonna do this for? One for each hour you're gonna do it. In the meantime, what are the rest of you all gonna do?
Gelidus and Owen are probably gonna stack books into a nice comfy cot kind of shape.
You guys gonna go get some food first in the common room?
Yeah, we'll get food and we'll bring it
I'm
back.
getting food.
I could eat.
Okay.
I used a sorcery point to re-roll one, so I got an 18 and a 19 on the 2 Arcana. 15 on the first investigation. And I'm gonna re-roll that natural 1 using a sorcery point. Oh no, I'm gonna re-roll it because I'm a halfling.
Hobbitses.
In the common room while you're all eating dinner.
I got another natural 1, so I'm gonna use the sorcery point
I
to re-roll
don't
that
care,
one.
Ezra.
Oh, and that one's a 19, so 21.
Okay. In the common room while you're all eating dinner, except for Ezra, you see at a table, Akagung is sitting with Alvinius and Glocta and Mungren. And they seem to be kind of like an intense discussion / debate. And it goes on for a little while, and then Vinith
Can
walks in.
Can I try to listen in?
Can we listen in?
Sure.
I rolled an 8.
Yeah, I'm gonna need perception rolls.
I got a 6.
Nice.
At least it wasn't a 1. I would have seen that rat again.
Actually, maybe
I got a dirty 20.
There you go. Gelidus. Ox says, "We don't know how long it's gonna last. They could have a couple of hours or a couple of weeks. I mean, there's plenty of food and water, but this shit is fucking crazy." They seem to be debating about some group of people somewhere.
Gels kind of turns to the rest of the group and he says, "They're arguing about how long the nightmare is going to be around, and sounds like there's some people that they're arguing about how long they're going to be able to last."
They're stuck, right? There's no way for them to get in or out. Alvinia says, "We could try to rescue them. We could organize a rescue party and bring them here. At least here they're safer."
Gelidus gets up and walks over to their table.
Okay.
And just kind of puts his mug down on the table. We'll save him.
Well, you don't even know what we're talking about. It's too
Some people
risky.
that
Vinith Gate is like, it's too risky. Shouldn't do it. All those people could get killed in transit. Ox says, "It can be done. It can be done."
Plus, if it's us, it's guaranteed to be done.
Obviously.
Alvinia says, "It's not just getting there. It's organizing 200 people to get back. There's no way you can keep quiet with that many people. There's no way you can stay invisible with that many people."
Great, we'll do it.
He turns to Akgong. "I got a message a little while ago from a friend. There are some of my people still back in the headquarters I left them in. Yeah, they've managed to gather a bunch of survivors. And well, they're sheltering them right now. But they're stuck. There's no direct way from here to there except going over ground. Well, at least that's what they think. You guys know different, though, don't you? Remember that wine cellar I sent you to?
Maybe.
You follow that hallway through, and it dead ends. But if you can knock that wall down, it brings you to the connector between the two castles.
How do you know that?
Blueprints.
Blueprints. Do you have these blueprints?
I'm not on me. The people
I
who
didn't.
built that wine cellar wanted to connect to the tunnels, but they were foiled. They said something about powers that be preventing them from doing so. That was about 400 years ago.
Why didn't you just knock that wall down?
Why would I want to do that? I want my place separate from those tunnels.
Okay. All right. We'll go knock it down.
The stone in those tunnels is not normal stone.
That's what I said. You might have a harder time doing that than you think. You know, if you can't knock that wall down, you're going to have to figure out another way to get through to them.
Get through to who?
The 200 people in my headquarters.
I wandered in late.
The only other thing I can think is you could go above ground just across that street and then go back through the basement of the next door over. There's an entrance there. You do recall when you were walking with Irtha that there is about halfway a door to the left that went upstairs that went up. If that's what he's referring to. It's a thought. You'd still have to take people above ground and then back down below ground.
Seems like something we could do.
Well then, I wish
Okay,
you the
go
best of
for
luck.
Always gone.
Vinith does not like the idea. He thinks he's just going to risk getting everyone killed. That spot is too far away for us to provide cover. You'd be on your own. Some of those people can fight, some of them can't, but it'll be, I don't know. It won't be pretty. You've seen what it's like out there. Even when you kill something, it comes back.
How do we know they're still alive?
I got a message. About an hour and a half, 2 hours ago.
2 hours ago?
How?
From a friend.
A friend?
Can't this friend help get them over here?
Well, he's a rat, so probably not.
Oh, you're.
Got it.
You have a friend who's a rat?
I got lots of friends.
literally not an answer to the
But
question.
also, how do we know that the tunnels? Did the rat tell you that underground is not affected by the nightmare?
It seems to have some buffer, but not a lot. It seems to be less the further down you go.
Hmm.
You guys going to go knock down a wall?
Sure, let's go knock down a wall.
Go knock down a wall.
Okay. Okay. Very
We
good.
can try. I'm telling you, this fucking wall's no joke.
Could Zerwin and Owen work on this? Because I have like woodcraft and he has stonecraft.
Yeah.
Could we like give one of us advantage or something?
Yeah, sure.
Okay,
The question is, what do you want to do?
gonna knock down a wall.
Right. Um, why don't you make me a... No, you already rolled an incredible roll on this earlier, Zero. I'm not gonna make you roll again.
Yeah,
Now,
I don't have stone craft. I have stone cunning, which gives me I get advantage on intelligence history checks.
yeah, you already made a nat 20 history check, so I'm not gonna make you roll again. Um, yeah, you don't think there's any way you're gonna break through this wall. You're gonna have to go over it. Like, you would need a siege engine and a good amount of time.
Zerwin is a siege engine.
Yeah, but we don't have a good amount of time.
Okay, so we'll go over.
My question is, can we find more of this stone to take with us to help buffer us?
That is a really good question.
Is there?
And
Are there? Yeah, that's what I want to know.
okay, I think probably this is a good place to pause.
Yep.
It's a good place to think about this and consider how you want to go about trying to move 200 people not very far. Okay, I'm going to give you the little details about this right now. The width of the street is going to be it's one of the larger streets, so it's going to be about 40 feet wide. It's one of the main thoroughfares. You're going to come out of one basement, go over a street, and into the basement of the next house and down into the other tunnels. It's not that far, but you're going to have to get 200 people through. And if you remember when you first ran into the nightmare, when Chuckles gave you a distraction, it wasn't that long before you were sensed, right, by the things in the nightmare. Okay, Ezra, this is a good thing for you all to think about and communicate about during downtime. Ezra,
Yep.
you, after many hours of digging, when you're like, I gotta get some sleep, about an hour before you're ready to go to sleep, you finally dig up this really old account of a meeting between Yandala and Titania.
What was the first name?
Yandala.
Okay.
They made a pact where to take care of all of their children. And they met where the three realms meet. And there they employed the services of Scoreus to create a barrier between the nightmare and the place where the realms met.
So the Radiant Citadel.
Maybe, or maybe where you're standing right now.
Okay.
That had to be sealed. It was built from 2 different directions. 2 goddesses constructing 2 castles that had to be sealed in the middle. Once they did that, they didn't want anyone else to know. So they took the keys, basically threw them away, and erased everything they could. And it held for thousands of years. It would have taken, they figured, the power of a god to even come close to cracking it. Being gods themselves and knowing how other gods were, they didn't figure they'd get any interference from the local gods because most of the local gods were interested. And those who weren't interested in just cracking a castle open. It seemed pointless. But even back then, this is the kind of interesting part. Even back then, they could sense the budding nightmare as it began to grow. They knew Armoros had moved somewhere close by, but he would never be powerful enough to challenge this huge barrier they put in place. It's basically a giant safe to keep Armoros in check.
Okay. And there's no information about why. I guess again to
Why? What?
protect their children. So they created the safe to protect their children.
So Armoros was free, and Armoros is a powerful mage. And they knew that Armoros was cooking something up. They could sense the budding nightmare as it was first being formed. And so they made this giant, basically safe stone cage that would keep the nightmare in check and keep all the lands safe.
Cool.
Castle Alias and Fort Magnus now is what they're called. But back then, they had the names of the goddesses who created them. There should be records somewhere that say that. Oh, okay, this is the last part. Activating both the keys at the same time will release essentially a massive wave of destruction that should cleanse any remnants of the nightmare that happen to infect any of the 3 planes where they meet. And it would effectively push the nightmare back again. Does that sound familiar to you? Because it should, all of you. Okay. That's a good place to stop for there. Please give out Danger Awesome points to each other.
I'm gonna give mine to Dirk for talking to the plant.
I'm giving mine to Geldis for rolling 3 nat 1s in the span of like 6 minutes.
Amazing.
It's amazing everybody else follows suit. Me too.
And then started a train of nat 1s.
I'm gonna give mine to Ezra for burning his daps on me so that I could roll an at one.
Yeah, I'm so mad at you.
And then joining in on the rat hunt immediately after.
I'm giving mine to Ezra for accountability practices.
Yep, it's gonna be important. Can't wait to find out what happens when you guys blow that wall down. You need any dynamite?
I'm gonna.
Yes.
I don't think dynamite's gonna work.
You had
Yeah, but
disintegrate
you
yet?
still need dynamite.
Fireball spell.
Oh no, fireball won't work.
The danger awesome point from the crowd goes to the rat.
It's good.
Fair.
Way to go, thanks, guys.
It's
That's
fair.
pretty good. Okay, so Leadhead had several really good quotes today. So Leadhead, you are going to win a mini for tonight for having the best quotes in chat. I'm going to give you this flaming sword spellcasting pariah. Congratulations. But I also have all of you chatters this dice set for sale. With a bag. Not for sale, for raffle.
Guys, I gotta bounce because I have to drive Joe to work in the morning. So
You can
Happy
take my
bouncing.
Thanks,
my
Katie.
danger awesome
Hey.
point though. Take my danger awesome point. Take it. Take it. I don't think he took it.
Everyone who is in chat right now who is interested in this set of dice, please say dice in chat. Sorry, you say dice
Dice.
in chat.
Dice in chat. Dice in chat. Dice in vacuum.
I'm
You
going to
guys have any?
give
Oh yeah, go on.
I'm going to give my danger awesome point to Galadus for several times tonight. Just really ticking it over. Zerwin had a couple good moments where he threw a javelin in a library at a rat for no fucking reason. It was just a rat. But Galadus really went over the top by blinding half the patrons.
Yeah. Get him.
Yeah, in retrospect, I probably should use a different spell, but
Okay.
Gotta do it. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do.
Do you guys have any idea where we would have heard any of this stuff before? Bill said it should sound familiar, and for the life of me, I have no idea where we heard any of this stuff.
which part?
All of the stuff that Bill told us at the end.
Hold on one second. I see Panzerborn and Foxy Prosy both want dice. So I'm going to roll this pretty well. Sorry, it should be the dice set should decide their owners. I'm going to roll a d4. I'm going to make Foxy Proxy 1 and 2 and Panzerborn Soup 3 and 4. And it was a 2. Congratulations, Foxy Proxy. Panzerborn Soup, there will be other times. Trust me, I've got plenty more. That is all the prizes for this evening. Congratulations. Yes, indeed, the dice do choose the wizard. Well done, Foxy. Sorry, continue your discussion. What were you saying? You were asking why it should be familiar to you. Maybe someone in the crowd knows why that should sound familiar.
Well, that's essentially what the Radiant Citadel would do. It's the exact same thing the Radiant Citadel would do if it gets destroyed. Right, it essentially resets
That is 100% correct.
everything.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Man,
All right.
that Zerwin guy, he's a lot smarter than our sorcerer.
No, that wasn't Zerwin.
Maybe I should have rolled a wizard so I could have played a character with some intelligence.
All right, y'all. Thanks for
Thanks for
tuning
watching.
in. Have a good night.